In the dark. I guess many people feel like we are in the dark about lots of things, collectively and maybe personally in your own circle. Funnily enough, the Dark Ages, being a whole period of time they just sort of forget or brush off, just erasing it from history without having to actually destroy anything. Just change the dates a bit, play dumb and ignore any real evidence. And as we have seen, institutions are very good at that. But this one is about an idea. One of those out there ones, with a movie storyline parallel raising its head again. My article, Prep for Disaster or Clever Programming, touched on different films being used to prime people for triggers and responses. And sometimes there are threads of truth running through them. And because it doesn't play out in the same way, or with the same horrors of the film, it gets dismissed. I Am Legend. This is the focus since the new cancer jab came into the public forum. And today it was noted of the similarities between the outfit of Dr. Crippen in the film when giving an interview about the breakthrough for humanity, and the doctor who did the TV interview the other day. The whole setup was rather eerie, so I do agree with the talk on the street there. But the film, if you don't know, sees a catastrophic end-of-time side effect to their cure, and it turns people into awful, monstrous creatures that could only go out at night. So take away the horror elements of monsters and look at the mechanism. I wondered if perhaps the real version has found a way to make people allergic to the sun or to vitamin D, to make the body recognise it as a toxin, to attack the skin, causing it to burn or react, as it has with other components of tinkering with our system. May sound silly to some people, but I'm considering all ideas these days, taking away the layers of added horror or imagination that have been added for entertainment, to strip it back to what it might have started as, with a very real purpose and outcome expected, distracting people from that with the idea of supernatural and horrifying hellish creations to try and kill you. And it makes me then think of my article, In the Old Underground, and of other creatures known to fear the sun, namely vampires. I have already spent much time wondering on that particular subject, and considered it an option, but not in the way the movies portray, although as we have talk of adrenochrome these days, are the ideas of vampires really so far off? Strange though, that when you see the apparent drug-addled zombies in America, I couldn't help thinking it was like The Walking Dead, but without them actually being zombies or dead. So, figured in this instalment to come with the next round of the Pied Piper trying to play the same tune, some of the symptoms would mimic that of vampires, hoping perhaps to whip people into a frenzy over it. And to be fair, if you thought you could set on fire just from going into the sun, it might change how you think, live and act, and how others view you. Perhaps, given what we have seen in the past few years, I wouldn't put anything past them, as they try to cover the sun, make a fake one, or create issues around us being able to have access to the very necessary light needed. It would seem their style and the sneaky way to do it. Rather than take the sun away, just take away our ability to be in it.